Look, if the donations you're getting feel tiny compared to what you know is possible, it's not just bad luck or timing. It's psychology, and it's brutal. People don't just give money. They give meaning, status, identity. They give because it moves something inside them, and if you fail to tap into that, the size of those gifts stays small. You're sitting there, banging your head wondering why vision, need, passion aren't turning into bigger checks, bigger commitments. The truth is, that disconnect between what you're asking for and what the donor feels, that's your enemy. You've got to stop thinking like you're selling an idea or a charity and start thinking like you're unlocking a part of their identity that's screaming to be shared. Most founders and fundraisers miss this. Donors want to feel important, not just helpful. They want their money to scream who they are to themselves and the world. They want to stand out, to be that rare shot of boldness and guts among their peers. If your ask sounds like "help us survive," they'll survive, yeah, tiny gifts, and with zero passion behind it. But if you can make them feel like they're the rare breed, those chosen few who hold the power to ignite change, they'll give larger gifts, not because you begged harder, but because it's now about them. That's the psychological switch, from transaction to identity. Don't waste time with generic appeals. They don't trigger the emotional gears in a donor's brain. You need to push their buttons, and to do that, you must know who they are beyond the surface. Who do they want to be seen as? Who do they fear looking like if they don't give? These raw human parts control big gifts. When you build a story or a cause that answers those questions, you're not asking for money. You're offering a chance to rewrite their story. You're handing them an opportunity to be the hero, the leader, the visionary, the game changer, the one who decided to act when it mattered most. Listen carefully. People give bigger gifts when the ask feels scarce and exclusive, when it feels like only they can make a difference. That means you don't send the same cold email to 1,000 prospects. You tailor, obsess, and build a private conversation before you ever talk numbers. Make it personal, make it rare, make them feel chosen, because they are. The power of a large gift is as much about pride and belonging as it is about money. Because when they give big, they're screaming, "I'm different. I'm one of the few who get it." If your message can't plant that thought, your numbers will flounder. Here's a killer move most don't even try. Segment your donors not just by how much they can give, but why they give. Some want to be seen as builders, others as rebels, some as caretakers. Speak their language, acknowledge their values, and watch their gift sizes explode. When you do this right, you flip the whole psychology on its head. Donors don't just feel like pitching in. They feel like they've found their tribe. Their money follows emotion, identity, and a deep craving to belong to something bigger than themselves that only they have access to. Stop hoping for magic or luck. Stop whining that people just don't care enough. They do care, but only if you make giving feel like a personal upgrade, not a chore. Make it about who they become in the process. That's the secret no one tells you, because it's easier to send out generic messages than to do the heavy work of psychological connection. The real question is, are you ready to do that work? Because if you are, the size of the gifts you get will shock you. It's not a numbers game, it's a psychology game. Win that, and you don't just get funds, you build legacies, leadership, movements. So here's the order. Stop selling your cause. Start selling the identity tied to giving. Nail down who that donor wants to be. Build a story around that. Make the ask exclusive, personal, urgent, but not desperate. Show what happens if they don't step up, the risk to their image, their place in the world. And recognize this. Big gifts come after trust, yes, but trust starts with making the donor feel like the rare key to a locked door only they can open. Get that right every time and you own the game. No more guessing, no more frustration, just bigger checks, bigger impact, and finally the respect and power you deserve. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to learn more.